Welcome to Living with Possibility with your host, Maribel Steele. Today's episode, Finding Purpose, Identifying Core Values and Hidden Talents. Hi, I'm Maribel Steele, and I am delighted to be hosting a new series of podcasts where I will be sharing my experience and strategies living with possibility for those who are blind or have low vision. In this episode, I've invited my partner, Harry, to join me in a conversation where we'll bounce back some questions and answers to kickstart the topic of finding purpose. Hi, Harry.
Hi, Maribel.
So, what's the first question?
What is your experience with vision loss?
Well, I am a person who's been legally blind since my teens. I have a condition called retinitis pigmentosa. I'm a writer, a speaker, I have 4 children, love travelling, and I really advocate for living with possibility because I truly believe that even with sight loss, we really can achieve our goals.
So this is a big question. How do we find purpose in our lives?
That's a good question, and a really good one to start the series with, because I think that if we can find our purpose, then we can also do more than just survive. Especially if we have vision loss, we can thrive. So for me, finding purpose is like the foundation to living a happy life.
This sounds like you're talking about values.
That's right. One way to find your purpose is to know your core values. We all have them, but we often don't name them. Values are the principles that give our lives meaning, and they inspire us to keep going when the going gets tough. And it really can when you're suffering from a degree of sight loss.
Where do these values come from?
Well, most of us get our values from growing up in childhood, from our parents, from our families, from teachers, and even from heroes in books or heroes in the public eye. And the values can be simply things like your mother was someone who valued being on time or keeping a clean house. Your father may have had values in financial security or honesty or playfulness. These values we actually emulate throughout our lives, and they become a part of who we are.
So once we've identified our values, how does knowing our values help us with the choices we make?
I've sort of noticed over my lifetime as a person who's vision impaired that if I know my values, and I'll share them shortly, it's helped me stay focused on going for things that really matter to me in careers, in relationships, and in all sorts of things that actually keep me happy. So really what I'm saying is we all want to be happy, and I guess the way to do that is to first understand your values and then look for the opportunities that resonate with your values.
So you're saying that we will benefit if we can align our life choice with our value system. Is that what you mean?
That's right. So if you value creativity, you'll maybe be suited to more freelance work. If you're someone who's nurturing, then teaching or nursing could be a good career move for you. But it's also important in relationships as well. The more you are aligned with another person's core values, the more fun and enjoyment and success you'll have in your life.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Well, I should know the answer to this next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What are your core values?
I have identified 5 core values. They are creativity, generosity, independence, trust, and connection. These are just 5 core values, and they often overlap other things. For instance, connection, well, that could be love and family and friendship. So after this episode, there is a sheet that you can look through and do an exercise for yourself in finding your core values.
I'd like you to talk more about the relationship between goals and values.
We do actually cover setting goals more in episode 2. So for now, I'd just like to say that we may not always reach our goals, but we can always live by our values. And knowing our values is really important. So the other way to discover your purpose is to find your hidden talents. Some people call these gifts.
It sounds like searching for hidden treasure, Maribel. But how can you find hidden talents if they're hidden?
Oh, I love this question because, you know what? They're really not hidden at all. It's just that our talents are not obvious to us, but they are very obvious to other people. Actually, one way to find your hidden talents is to ask a friend or a loved one, hey, what am I good at? And they'll soon tell you something about yourself. And I bet that you'll say, no, not really. Come on, you think so? That is your gift. That is your so-called hidden talent.
So it's a bit like looking into a mirror.
That's right. You might be someone who's really kind and you go out of your way to help somebody. And someone might say, hey, thank you, that was really kind. And you'll say, oh, don't worry about it, that was nothing. But actually, to that other person, it really was something very special. You gave them your gift of attention, kindness, and any of those things that you do so naturally that you don't see it as your gift.
I think I see what you mean. You're saying that our hidden talents are our gifts.
That's right.
To find your gifts requires a bit of work then.
A little bit of self-reflection, observation, and like I said, you could ask a friend, what do you think I'm really good at? Because it's funny what people will say. You're a great speaker. And you might think, oh no, I did a terrible job. I have listed about 58 other gifts that people can also download after the episode. And it lists things like the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom, the gift of nurture, the gift of mediation. There are so many gifts, and the exercise there will help you identify yours. Well, that about wraps it up for our first episode. Thank you, Harry. And for those listening, remember that there are a couple of download sheets that will get you started in finding purpose, identifying core values and hidden talents. And until next time, enjoy living with possibility.
Vision Australia.
Blindness,
Low vision.
Opportunity.
Vision Australia logo. 3 navy blue ovals linked together diagonally within a bright yellow rectangle.